last week, and just take a shot at it. And then, you can bring it back and show it to Marie and have your questions answered. Now, I can answer some basic questions. I'm not an MBA, but I have forced myself because I'm not naturally interested in wealth and finance. I'm not going to lie. I'm interested in wealth because I like to spend it, but I'm not so interested in the business section and all the stuff that Marie thinks is really fun and exciting. And maybe you do too. Hopefully you do too. But I found that by forcing myself to learn, by reading the papers, by listening to Marie, by going on YouTube and watching some of these business seminars, or even investing in going to a seminar, that I have improved my life and my outlook for the future in ways that are really important to me. And I've noticed that we do have the ability to make a change without too much pain. You see, I got my nails done. Aren't they cute? What I learned from Marie is that when you go into her 50-30-20 budget, which is 50% essentials, and then 30% lifestyle and 20% priorities, you can choose what to keep and what to get rid of. In other words, essentials, of course, that's food, your housing, your transportation, and your utilities. If you can squeeze all of that into 50% of your budget, it means you may have to move to a smaller home or maybe get a roommate, or, whatever, or find a way to make more money, which is always an option. But in the pandemic days, not everybody wants to work more. And then your priorities are you paying off your debt, putting away savings, putting away retirement. Those are priorities. And then lifestyle are the wants as opposed to needs. Things like my nails, your movie money, your beer money, I don't know, Starbucks, your little luxuries that make life pleasurable for you. But it's whatever you can fit into that 30%. So maybe you decide, well, all of this is not fitting in, so I'm going to have to choose between getting my hair done every month and getting my nails done. Maybe I'll go natural hair, save some money there because nails are important to me. Maybe I'll go natural nails and hair because I really want to have sushi. Whatever your thing is, I like to go to strip clubs and hand out dollar bills. It all goes within lifestyle. And it sounds crazy, but once you start doing it, it forces you to make choices and live within your means. And one of the biggest things that we do, and by we, I mean BIPOC people of color, Black people in particular, but also people in the United States, because we're so conditioned by our media, by the entertainment that we consume, that we have to buy and have all the latest things, and that we should swipe, that we often live outside of our means. And at the end of the day, the month, the year, or the career, we end up with this huge debt burden, which is creating all kinds of stress, leading to dis-ease, leading to marriages breaking up, friendships breaking up, leading to this daily grind, this fear and shame and all the things that are associated with that we it's like I guess that's why everyone's watching Squid Game right now. When if we would take control of this by prioritizing and making choices, as opposed to just being willy-nilly with our spending, as Marie would say, we take our money shopping, we don't let our money take us shopping. It can put us in a much better position to live a more stress-free, healthy life, and to be one of these workers that said, you know what, I'm going to cut down my hours. I'm not going back to work. Or if you're like me, you take as many jobs as possible because you want to be able to spend, but they're conscious choices, right? So let's work on the 50-30-20 budget, 50% essentials. So half of your income. I mean, some people even go as far as to cash their check and put that cash into envelopes, and so that they know they can't spend more than this amount in this period of time. Whoops, that's my food budget. That's my bowling budget. I can't go any further than that. to break it down into 50, 30, 20. And, this idea of pay yourself first, it seems like it doesn't work all the time. But if you have savings and retirement and debt alleviation in your priorities category, it will be part of your monthly expenditures. Whatever size they are, it has to fit your budget, which is based on how much you make and how much you spend. So many times, in order to get balance and live within our means so that we're not spending every month more than we make, we have to either find ways to make more, turn the side hustle into another job, or find ways to spend less. It's just like calories. You either have to cut down your calories or do more exercise. It's the same thing. If you want to maintain your weight, it's the same thing with budgets. You either have to make more or spend less. and either choice that we make will come with decisions about how we use our time and how we use our money. So these are some of the very just tip of the iceberg of all of the amazing things that I've learned from wealth management, from Marie Deary, from Samira and Sidi and Juan, and even Gerard. So that I just congratulate you for being on the path to learning. I do think it's like changing your nutrition. No, most people can't go from eating ice cream and French fries and whatever they want to just being a vegan and eating all raw foods overnight. You do it little by little, and so that you don't become overwhelmed, and slowly you start to see changes and you reap the benefits of those changes. So that's my suggestion. And this is my journey. It's been a journey for me over 20 years that I've known Marie. And for me, it's made a difference personally, but I've also watched wealth management and Marie really help a lot of people that are listeners, whether it's someone getting a home modification, having their home rescued from the foreclosure chopping block, or getting their taxes under control so that they were able to receive loans for their small business, or actually avoid garnishment of their Social Security or garnishment of their paychecks, or whether it be people receiving PPP loans who didn't think they could, or getting their budgets under control so they could have the retirement of their dreams without all of these worries and all of this stress. I always say Marie Deary has saved more homes than the fire department, because I've seen people who are on the brink of losing their homes. They were able to refinance, they were able to get a modification, or they were able to change their own habits in such a way so that they could save themselves, and not just save themselves financially, but save themselves from the crushing grind of debt, shame, and the constant hamster wheel that many of us feel is the American dream, that we have to feel we have to front and pretend that we're making money, even if it kills us. And we don't realize that many of our neighbors and friends are doing the same thing. I saw an article today about one group that was on MTV Cribs back in the day. They rented the house, they rented the cars. They were broke, they didn't even have a car, but they wanted you to think that they did. And there are so many of us doing that. And the crazy thing is, we're actually harming each other by fronting like we're wealthy when we're not, and spending beyond what we make and beyond what we can sustain. And then we leave our children debt. They have to do car washes to bury us instead of leaving them with wealth and building generational wealth for our families and our communities. Let's see. Does anybody want to ask any questions? They want to make any comments? Most of it is in here. Questions, comments, conversation. Do you have a budget? Have you started a budget? A budget starts with just a list. It doesn't have to be a spreadsheet. I mean, if you're good at spreadsheets, then do a spreadsheet. I have a friend that showed me his spreadsheet the other day. It was totally intimidating. He has all of his expenses color coded, and this is inflow and that's outflow. And I can't do all that. I literally have a list. This is what I spend. This is what I make. And then they add it up at the bottom. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I see Todd unmuted himself. Todd, you want to say something?
No, just checking in.
Hi, Todd.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. Hey, you guys know that I'm not at the old radio station anymore, right? That I moved to a new radio station. Now I'm on 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 1580 a.m. I mean, this is all, these are the moves. I think when we think about our lives, we think about what we want to do. We sometimes disconnect that from our money, because the money is like, this is what I have to do to live, and this is what I want to do. And budgeting can allow us to find that, that sweet spot where we get to do what we want to do, and it allows us also to do what we have to do.
Hey, Dominique, I got April Sims has raised her hand over here.
Hi, April, what's up?
Hey, Dominique. Hi there. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I really appreciate this. And I have recently, I made a work-life business change just like you did. And for me, it was a year. I made a year anniversary in September 30th. And budgeting has become essential and necessary for me. And I'm taking my very first trip in 2 years tomorrow, and it is completely paid for. I didn't swipe anything. I'm not charging anything. Everything is paid for, as including my spending money and my dining money. I have cash ready to go. I'm not swiping anything, and it feels really good because I don't have a dread in terms of, oh my God, I really can't afford to do this, but I really want to do this. So this is the very first time ever for me as a seasoned, mature adult that I think I've planned something so well financially for personal, just personal pleasure.
That's amazing. Let's give it up for April. I mean, that's such a big step. I mean, you laugh, but it really is a big step. That's like, because think about it, we've got the holidays coming up, and a lot of us, even those of us who budget, just kind of put it to the side for the holidays. Spend. And then here comes January, and the whole plan is blown out of the water for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months while we try to pay that off. So we set ourselves up for this stress bubble when we come back from our vacation or we come back from the holiday. And I think what you've done is create a real vacation where you get to go, you have it planned, you have it paid for, and then when you come back, you just keep it moving. You don't have to negotiate with yourself and stress out, put all the stress back into your life that you took out with the vacation.
No, you're absolutely right. And because I made a life change, which was also a lifestyle change, my new current reality necessitated me really thoughtfully planning this trip, because I don't have the income that I previously had, as I'm building something independent for myself, and so things are just different. But I still needed to find a way to balance pleasure as well. So
I love that. And also congratulations on your 1-year anniversary. I didn't realize April's Life in a Bottle is her company. It's a juice company. If you haven't tried it, I suggest you go get some. It's at Hot and Cool Cafe, and a bunch of other places now, right?
Absolutely. And I was on I was on Marie's show 2 weeks ago. So and did a presentation to the people that were on the call. So yes, thank you very much. I'm going strong, and I am enjoying you and KBLA and the entire team. So congratulations to you all as well. You guys are doing a great job, Dominique.
Thank you. Yay. Yeah. I'm so glad to have your support and support of others in the community. And if you want to help me, you can download the KBLA 1580 app. Helps the station to stay relevant and to prove that anybody cares that we exist. So That's super great. You can go to the App Store or Google Play Store and just type in KBLA 1580. You'll see the yellow and black and just download it. Got anything else, April? Anybody else got anything else?
No, I'm gonna just listen. It's nice just to be able to listen and learn. I'm taking notes.
All right. Anyone else got anything? I think one of the things that I learned from Marie and also just from this journey is that we have to find a way to get on the same page with our significant other, if you have one, or your insignificant other, and your family. Because one of the push and pulls, especially for what you're calling seasoned mature adults, April, is our family, right? So many people in our generation now are still paying off our own student loans while taking out student loans for our kids that could burden us well into retirement, or getting involved with people who have significant credit card debt romantically and then taking that on. And these are the things we don't talk about, where we can take whatever progress we've made and quickly lose it, or the habits that we enforce on ourselves in terms of being frugal and responsible, we throw out the window when it comes to our kids and grandkids. So I think it's important to get the family on board and have these conversations, because what I've seen, and we've seen this on the air when we've done shows with Marie and we talk to the people, is that grandparents and parents get left holding the bag, and then they actually end up in very stressful situations, sometimes even losing houses, doing unhelpful things like taking out reverse mortgages, which can drain the family wealth and subject you to all these fees simply to pay for the grandchildren and the children, because it's so important for us to have the appearance of being successful, or because we care so much about them. But if we get everybody on board, and we're being honest and realistic in what our expectations are, it works out better for everybody, because those grandkids that you're splurging on and allowing them to be in denial with you are the ones that are going to end up having a car wash to pay for your coffin. And that's just not what we want. That's not how we build generational wealth. And it's not what we want to leave to our parents and our children and grandchildren when we make our transition. So I think, the communication, for some reason, and this I've learned, just this part of finance I do find really fascinating. The difference between what poor people and rich people do in terms of their relationship to money, and particularly Black people and white people. Because, and this isn't a stereotype, the data bear this out, and if we look at the behavior, it's starkly different. Black people have an emotional, and many poor people have an emotional relationship with money. If we have to do bankruptcy, we feel like we're in Game of Thrones. Shame, shame, shame. If we don't have flossy money to flash around and spend, or we don't have a fancy car, we feel shame. We feel like we're less than. And that's how we get guilted, tricked, and really influenced into spending money we don't have. White people, they run out and get a bankruptcy. Look at our former president, Trump. He had 7 of them. And then he just starts again. Because what does a bankruptcy allow you to do? It allows you to get rid of unsecured debt like credit cards and start fresh. And then you can keep your house. Many times you can keep your car. And now all this credit card debt is gone. For us, it's like, oh, I spent the money, so I really have to pay it back. And, I'm a bad person if I don't. Wealthy people work the system. Poor people let the system work them. And so that's the part of it that comes to mindset. And this is the part I do find fascinating. I feel like this is part of our colonization. We feel like it's shameful for us to get help, like the mortgage relief and the rent relief that's going to be available from the state of California. We feel ashamed to get that. White people run to get it. You know, but yet it's okay for corporations to get welfare. That, for some reason, we're fine with that. We're fine with Jeff Bezos paying zero taxes, even though he's the world's richest man. But if we need our rent paid due to the pandemic, we have some shame attached to that. I feel like there's work we need to do, like from I don't know if it's mental health or it's spiritual or it's just like unpacking some of the self-hate that's left over from our enslavement, from Jim Crow. We need to get over that crap. I mean, Marie always says, if you look at your credit card debt and you know that paying the minimum payment, which is what many of us do, you will not get rid of this debt for the rest of your life, you need to think about filing bankruptcy. Shed that debt, start fresh. And then when you start your budget and you start your more disciplined approach to money, you're starting from a position of advantage. You know what I mean? Because all of this debt is gone. It goes away and it's legal. So it's not like you're doing anything shady. You're doing what the system is set up to do, but we toil away. Look, if you have to pay $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 plus every month for your credit card debt, but you're struggling to put food on the table, pay the bills, or even help your grandkids, the sensible thing to do is find a way to shed that debt and get over yourself and just do it. And the thing about it is, you know, if you're in your 50s, 60s, or definitely in your 70s, and you got a giant bunch of credit card debt, instead of guilt tripping yourself about how you got that debt, look at whether it makes any sense for you to be paying that. Is it creating an undue burden in your life? Is it stopping you from paying your mortgage and making you lose your house? First of all, that's a no, because like Marie always says, cash is king, and we pay the essentials first. The essentials is your house, your lights, your food, your clothing, your water, your heat, your transportation. Those are essentials. The credit cards go under priorities if they don't get washed away through a BK. And I am fascinated by our relationship to money. White people are rushing to get the PPP. We were like, oh, am I going to get in trouble? Do I have paperwork? Do I really deserve it? Maybe I should go talk to my pastor and see if if I'm prayed up enough to deserve this. This is business. Business is business. And I believe we need to get more of a cold-blooded, clear-eyed, non-emotional relationship to money. This is one of the few areas where I would say it would be a good idea to emulate white people and wealthy people. Any other questions, comments, thoughts? Is that you texting me, Gerard? Yes, it is. What did he say? Oh, I need to put on my glasses. Something about my camera.
Yeah, we can see you, but I feel we can see more of you.
Okay, well, I think it's 7:00 and I've been talking for a long time, so I don't know how much more of me you really need to see.
I know. I want some of the folks in the audience to, chime in, and you guys got Dominique here. You can ask her, whatever.
And let me tell you something, only Marie would I do this for. On a school night, she's a bad woman. I
see a lot of you guys on here. We've got we got the whole team. If any of the team members want to ask Dominique any questions.
Go team. I love the wealth management team. The wealth management team rocks. And so if you ever get somebody on the phone and it ain't Marie, just be glad you got somebody on the phone and ask your doggone questions. How about that?
So guys, if we don't have any more questions, if this is, as Marie likes to say, if there's no questions, you know, she's not here tonight. We're filling in for her. And I know we usually go till 9 o'clock, but again, we're not Marie. And
We're
there
not
is
Marie,
no-
and we're also, and Dominique has a show at 6 a.m. that she still has to do prep for, so that
Yeah.
ain't gonna happen. But I'm happy to be here actually, and just in order to fill in and just to let you know that Marie will be back next week doing her regular thing for her regular time. And I would encourage
you wanna tell them who you're
bring your
gonna be
budget.
having on later tomorrow, Dominique?
Who do I have on tomorrow? Tomorrow I have on Culture Clash, which is legendary Latino political comedy crew. Let's see, who else do I have on tomorrow?
You got
I have on Ed Sanders. Friday, I'm having on David Arnold. He's a great comedian. And Dr. Melina Abdullah will be on with me in the 6 o'clock hour. And we just have some great guests coming up. So I would encourage you to, if you can, check out KBLA1580.com or follow me on Twitter at DiPrima Radio, and you can find out who's coming up on the show as well.
Well, hey, if we have no questions for Dominique, and now you guys know, you know, if you don't have the app, the KBLA app, you get the KBLA app. You know, we're, as Marie likes to say, lights out.
You guys do this till 9? Wow.
Well, you know,
Power to you.
Marie has a lot to say, and usually folks have a lot of questions. There's a lot of, I mean, they can unmute themselves, and I mean, Dominique, this is the best audience on a Wednesday night.
Well, look, I mean, the fact that you're investing time into your financial well-being is just such a great step for you and your family and the future generations. I think our ancestors are clapping.
Yes, I must agree. And on that note, guys, I'm gonna cut off the Facebook Live. We're gonna stop live streaming.